The Nebraska Investment Finance Authority, providing Nebraskans with a broad range of financial resources to meet their affordable housing needs. Couple A and Couple B, both first-time buyers, find the home of their dreams. Problem is, it's the same home.
We'll take it. Can we make an offer? Oh,
Couple A is pre-approved for a home loan by a qualified lender. Couple B is not. Who's moving in? While Couple B scrambles to find financing, Couple A seals the deal. These two did their homework. Before they contacted a real estate agent, before they walked through the doors of an open house, they met with the one person who is pivotal to any home sale. It's the lender who takes the guesswork out of buying a home by researching financing options and pre-approving potential home buyers for home loans, making it easier for people like these to begin a new chapter as homeowners. Like lenders, that's why we're here too. NIFA is committed to creating affordable housing opportunities for Nebraskans. Like Couple A, more home buyers are taking that critical first step, sitting down with a lender to determine if they can buy a home and what price range they can afford. Lenders are encouraged to discuss NIFA program requirements and qualify the buyer during the pre-approval meeting. By taking advantage of NIFA's low interest rates and down payment assistance programs, you may be able to qualify a potential home buyer who might not otherwise be eligible for more traditional loan products. There are 4 basic NIFA program requirements mandated by federal tax law that you can quickly discuss with your borrowers: first-time home buyer and owner-occupied requirements, income limits, and purchase price limits. A first-time home buyer is an individual who has not owned and occupied a property as their primary residence in the past 3 years. 3 years' tax returns and W-2s are required from all adults who will occupy the home. Your client doesn't always have to be a first-time buyer, however. There are exceptions in the case of loss of residence by divorce, natural disaster, or forced job relocation. And the first-time homebuyer rule doesn't apply to someone buying a home in a federally targeted area. Owner-occupied simply means that all properties financed by NIFA must be owner-occupied while the loan is outstanding. How much money can a NIFA borrower make? NIFA requirements take into account maximum household income, which is defined as all sources of income for all adults 18 or older residing in the property, regardless if they will be named on the title or included on the loan. Income sources include, but are not limited to, base salary, overtime, bonuses, commissions, public assistance, dividends, and interest on retirement funds. Income must be verified by obtaining a verification of employment and current pay stubs. Assets must be verified using the most recent statement. Self-employed borrowers must obtain a current year-to-date profit and loss statement and the tax return for the previous year. Income is categorized by family size of either 1 to 2 persons or 3 or more, and is determined by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. If net family assets, which include checking and savings accounts, investments, or retirement accounts, exceed $5,000, income from assets is calculated using the greater of actual income from those assets, or an imputed income amount determined by multiplying total net family assets by the interest rate published annually by the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Non-occupying cosigners are acceptable as permitted by standard underwriting guidelines. As long as a cosigner does not take title to the property, his or her income does not have to be included in the NIFA income calculations, even though included for standard underwriting purposes. In addition, a cosigner does not have to meet the first-time homebuyer definition. As with income limits, there are limits to the price of the home that can be purchased with financing through NIFA. Maximum purchase price limits are different for new and existing properties and vary by the Lincoln MSA, Omaha MSA, and the rest of the state. The purchase price of the property is the cost of acquiring the property from the seller as a completed residential unit. In certain situations, Home improvement repairs are included in the purchase price and may be financed in the loan. No more than 15% of the total living area can be used for a trade or business. When the buyer and seller are related, NIFA will consider the purchase price of the residence to be the greater of the contract purchase price or the appraised value. 2 to 4 unit properties that are at least 5 years old may be eligible for financing. Purchase price limits are higher for these properties. Complete program requirements can be found online in the Lender Program Manual. The various programs offered by NIFA can broaden your home financing options. The regular single-family program provides mortgage loans at interest rates typically below market rates and can be used for single-family and 2 to 4 unit properties. The Home Buyer Assistance Program, or HUBA, goes one step further. It provides qualified buyers with down payment and closing cost assistance through a mortgage loan at a slightly higher interest rate than the regular program. The down payment and closing cost assistance is secured by a second mortgage, but does not require an additional monthly payment. The payback of the second mortgage is required when the home buyer sells the home or refinances the first mortgage during a specified number of years. NIFA considers the second mortgage satisfied at the end of such period. NIFA will not subordinate this second lien position to home equity or debt consolidation loans. The HUBA assistance involves a separate note and deed of trust, as well as some additional disclosures and loan documentation. Financing options include conventional loans, as well as government products such as FHA, Federal Housing Administration, USDA-RD, U.S. Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, and VA, Veterans Administration. Generally, all NIFA loans have a 30-year term with fixed interest rates and do not carry any prepayment penalties. Loans are assumable only if the person assuming the loan meets the same NIFA program requirements as the original borrower. If the loan involves HUBA assistance, the HUBA obligation would have to be assumed along with the first mortgage loan. Partnering NIFA's low rates with these financing options creates affordable loans for qualified buyers and, in turn, offers additional opportunities for you to provide the right loans for your customer. By federal law, there is a potential, although rare, recapture tax imposed on NIFA program loans. Each of the following events must occur to trigger a payment of the recapture tax by the homeowner. The home is sold within the first 9 years of the closing date. The homeowner realizes a gain on the sale of the home as defined by the IRS. And the homeowner's income has significantly increased since closing and therefore exceeds limits established by the IRS. If there is a recapture tax, it is not collected at the time of the sale, but instead when filing a federal tax return for the year in which the sale occurred. Each homebuyer receives from the lender a disclosure form at the time of loan application and again at loan closing. These forms include the information needed to assist the homebuyer in determining if and when a recapture tax may be due. Refinancing does not require the homebuyer to determine if a tax is due the IRS. The calculation is completed only if the property is sold for a gain within the first 9 years. Certain fees are associated with NIFA loans and vary based upon the type of financing option selected. Limits are placed on the type and amount of fees that may be charged by the lender and within the limits of the NIFA program. In some cases, the seller may be required to pay a fee. Depending upon the financing option, NIFA allows the seller to pay all or part of the borrower's closing costs and prepaid expenses. Participating lenders may charge loan origination and discount fees as set by NIFA. Additional closing costs are limited to what is reasonable and customary in the industry. Refer to the Lender Program Manual for more details. For approved NIFA lenders, this information and more is available at your fingertips with Lender Online. Just register at lol.nifa.org. Lender Online is a great resource that can be accessed by any registered user, anytime, day or night. Lender Online allows you to lock a loan rate once a fully executed purchase agreement has been received from the homebuyer. Other features include announcements and bulletins regarding new rates and statewide lender training. limits and product offerings, individual or company pipeline reports. Lenders who are not registered can access basic information from NIFA's website at www.nifa.org and may continue to submit their loan lock information by telephone. Once a loan is locked, the lender is responsible for timely processing and closing and delivering a complete and accurate loan file to the master servicer. The loan is then reviewed and purchased. At NIFA, we value our relationship with lenders and want to provide you with the best resources possible to help first-time buyers make the grade. It's an important step in adding to your customer base, building positive, lifelong relationships with clients who likely will turn to you for future financial needs, and send others your way too. If you're not an approved NIFA lender, we encourage you to become one. A minimal upfront security deposit, which may be in the form of a letter of credit, is required. If you're not an approved direct underwriter, a correspondent lender can underwrite the loan for a small fee. Please check our website for information on how to make application for becoming a participating lender. We rely on you to tell potential homebuyers about the Nebraska Investment Finance Authority, and we want you to rely on us as a valuable resource. Lenders are a vital partner in making homeownership a reality for first-time buyers. You can help couples A and B and many more pass the test when you make NIFA part of the equation. For more information, visit www.nifa.org or call 1-800-204-NIFA.